ready. Yes, I'm gonna share with you a week of dinner ideas, dinner inspiration, dinner meals, what we're eating for dinner every night this week or whatever. So tonight for dinner, I am going to be making General Tso's chicken, all baked, and egg rolls, some egg rolls. Really simple. That's the theme of my life. Keep it simple, keep it convenient, keep it delicious, keep it semi-healthy, family-friendly, all the buzzwords, all the good things. So I'm gonna start with General Tso's chicken. You just need like a couple ingredients for some sauce. We'll go through it all, but first I'm gonna grab, some eggs. Do I need eggs? Good thing my neighbor gave me some farm fresh eggs up in here. Check it, poop and all. So I have to wash them before I use them, but I just love all of the different colors. Man, I miss having chickens. So I'm just gonna crack a couple eggs into a shallow bowl. Just cut up the chicken, and 3 extra people just decided they're staying over for dinner, so the pressure is on. I have about 1.5 cups of this breading mixture. I'm going to add some garlic and salt and pepper to it, just to give it some flavor. And then mix that together. I have a lot of chicken happening over here, probably a little over 2 pounds. Got a lot of mouths to feed. I might need more than 2 eggs, but we'll start off this way. So I've got my breading station. It's a little rearranged over here. I'm gonna take some pieces of chicken, dip them in the egg mixture, and then throw that in the breaded mixture. Give it a nice coat, and then I'm gonna throw it onto a pan, and I have just some parchment paper on here, mostly because my pan is really disgusting. And I don't wanna buy another one.
Okay, so if I make these again, I made a mistake. I did not spray the bottom with Pam, and I didn't spray the tops of them either. So I ended up while they were cooking, I pulled them out of the oven and ended up spraying them. But that is what is going to give them a nice crisp. Since you're not deep frying them, that acts as like the oil, so it gives them nice color, nice texture, and a nice crisp on it too. So that would be something I will do next time. They didn't stick or anything, but just for the crisp factor, I would do that. The chicken is all done and coated, so I'm gonna throw it in the oven 425 degrees for about 25 minutes. Now I'm going to start on the egg rolls. And I just have this prepared vegetable slaw. You could do cabbage and whatever vegetables are in here, but I just figured this would be the easiest way. And I'm gonna add some spices to this, some salt, some pepper, MSG if you have it. Isn't that what makes everything taste good? A few tablespoons of cocoa aminos or soy sauce, and then a little bit of onion powder and garlic powder. And I'm gonna throw in a little bit of olive oil. And I'm gonna give this a mix. I grabbed another pan with some parchment paper on it, and I have these egg roll wrappers. They are found in the produce section of the grocery store, kind of like by the tofu. That's where I always find mine. Egg rolls are pretty versatile. I used to make Southwest egg rolls a lot, so I'm just going to put a couple down and start filling them up with a little bit of the filling, and I kind of go diagonal with it. And then to roll it up, I just, kind of Subway sandwich style it. And I need some water. I'm gonna grab my cup of water right here, put my fingers in it, and this will help seal the egg rolls. And I'm just gonna throw them right onto the sheet pan. You could fry these, throw even the air fryer, that would be fantastic too. Get a little Pam. I'm gonna spray the tops of them. I sprayed the tops of these, no worries. That's why they came out nice and golden brown. Also didn't stick. These egg rolls were full chef's kiss, divine, delicious. Would make them again with the same filling. The whatever sauce mixture I made, so dang good. I ended up throwing in another bag and finishing out the package of the egg roll wrappers, So I'm not sure exactly how many I made, but it was the entire package of egg roll wrappers. So I don't know, 20, maybe more than that. They were really good. I loved the taste of the filling, all of the juices, all of that flavor, whatever spices I threw in. That was delicious. And if you're looking for something a little different, go on Pinterest and type in Southwest egg roll. That's what I used to make. So it has corn and beans in it. And not only is it filling, it is really good. And also probably really good with tacos, or if you're making rice or something, some kind of, taco dish. Here are our little beauties. The egg rolls, so nice. I guess the light is over here. Oh, wow. Vegetable egg rolls. And since we're not frying them, we're throwing them in the oven at 400 degrees for about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. I'm gonna spray the tops of them, and that's what's gonna make them real crispy. I remember doing this like years and years ago. One of the first recipes I found on Pinterest, it was a Southwest egg roll recipe. Yeah, okay, anyway, bye. Now I'm gonna start on the sauce. I'm throwing in a pat of butter. I guess that would help if I turned it on. To the butter, I'm going to throw in just a little bit of ginger. I minced up about 8 cloves of garlic. Oh my gosh, the scent of that is very fragrant. I'm gonna throw in some of this chili stuff. I don't know what this is. Chili garlic sauce for fun. Is it burning? Oh gosh. About a 1/4 cup of rice wine vinegar. Gotta get this top off. Is this rice wine vinegar? I think so. About a 1/4 cup of the cocoa aminos. I'm just gonna do the rest of the bottle. Some hoisin sauce. I think I used to have some of this. I don't enjoy this flavor, not gonna lie. Most of the time when recipes call for it, I leave it out. Oh my gosh, I can't even get the bottle open. Come on, my hands are just so slippery. I am woman, hear me roar. A couple tablespoons of this goopy mess. A ploopity ploop. I think it's gonna give it that nice, deep, rich color. All right, well, you know what? I kinda like it. I'm gonna add a little bit more. And then I'm gonna throw in a heaping 1/4 cup of sugar. Is this sugar? I hope so. And what do I have this on? High? Turn it down. Relax a little bit. And then a 1/2 cup of water. Yes, that is the same water I dipped my fingers into making the egg rolls. Take a joke. After it boils for a couple minutes, I'm going to add a little cornstarch slurry. This is just equal parts cornstarch and water, and it's just gonna thicken the sauce up. And it does it almost instantly. Check out that bubbly sauce. I should have doubled the sauce. Here are the beautiful egg rolls. They're all finished, nice and crispy. If you can hear, I don't know, I know I'm cooking some excess chicken in the background, but the color is beautiful and I'm sure they taste delicious. I guess I'll cut one open for you. They're still super hot. Moment of truth. Ooh, oh wow, here we go. You're the girl of all the seasons. Here's the chicken. It cooked up super fast and in a hurry. I'm gonna throw this into a bowl, like so. Things ended up getting a little wild and crazy around dinner time, which is not abnormal. So I threw the sauce in on these baked chicken pieces. Oh my gosh, the sauce. I would double up on the sauce, okay? Since I made so much chicken, I ended up having more chicken left over and I just threw it on the stovetop and cooked it up that way. But the sauce was so good, I wanted to like dip the egg rolls into it. And all I threw on top, that's just sesame seeds. I have a little like container of them in my spice cabinet and it just elevates the dish. The butterfly, that's old. Let me see the egg roll. That's made with love right there. So good. Sauce is banging. Egg rolls are banging. Chicken is banging. Banging, banging, banging on all cylinders. We've got the rice cooking over here. 2 more minutes and we can eat. All right, another day, another dinner. I'm going to preheat my oven and I always have to check to see if there's pans in there. There are. Shocking. That's fine. I'm going to throw in some sweet potato fries that I bought. I wanted to make homemade sweet potato fries and that might still happen, but you know, time crunches happen. Last night was much more chaotic than I hope tonight will be. So sweet potato fries, frozen or homemade, and then the main dish will be barbecue bacon burgers. And then I also have some corn, and I'm gonna throw in some tater tots, because why not? Do I have corn? It's corn! I don't know if I have corn, I'm gonna have to double check on that. So for the burgers, pretty simple actually. I'm making these tonight because I really want to use these buns before they get moldy. Had them for a couple days, so I don't know, they still smell pretty good. So the first thing I'm gonna throw together are the burgers, and pretty simple. but also a little touch of something different. So I've got 2 pounds of meat in here. I probably have closer to 2.5 pounds, let's be real. We got a lot of mouths to feed over here. A few tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce that's gonna richen that beefy flavor. I have the classic hamburger seasoning, and this is just toasted onion, salt, spices, you know, like chili powder, red bell pepper, sugar, garlic, sunflower. I don't know, it's a lot of stuff happening in here, and I'm just gonna sprinkle that over top. I'm also gonna throw in some chili powder, a little bit of garlic going in here. Can never be enough. Let's do a little bit more, why not? You know what, I think we're gonna do more of everything. We gotta make it flavorful, right? Add some salt and pepper in here, of course. And then a few tablespoons of brown sugar, and this is gonna add the element of like, what, is this meatloaf? Do you even put sugar in meatloaf? I don't know, that's a lot of sugar. I'm just emptying my jar out. And I'm just going to use my hands and give all of this a good mix, make sure everything's nice and incorporated. And I'm going to form this into 8 patties, or maybe 9, I don't know, we'll see, probably 8. That's a good roundabout number. I like even numbers. And I have to tell you, every time I'm at a thrift store or even a grocery store, I see those plastic things that form hamburger patties. You know what I'm talking about. And I always try to talk myself into buying one, and I'm like, how often do I make homemade burgers? Because really, the frozen patties, those are supreme. Those are great and convenient. And we buy the really cheap ones, which we find are, I don't know, pretty good. And we just season those as we grill them, and they're really good. We don't want to overmix this because then the meat will get tough and chewy. I'm just gonna flatten it out and then score it so I have even patties. So I'm gonna try to get 8 out of here. And that is looking pretty good. And I have 8 buns, so I really think this is gonna work out. Oh my gosh, quarter pounders right here. This is a labor of love. Okay, so when I form my patties, I try to like make an indent in the middle, because typically when you cook out burgers, it seems to like cook up in a bubble, you know? My hands are looking real good. Somebody call Vogue, I will be the hand model, no big deal. I used to make hamburgers all the time on the GFG back when it was just Alex and I. It was just like a super easy, convenient meal, but I don't know, like homemade burgers like this, you know? I feel like it's more of a to-do these days, but really it's not. All right, I'm just gonna form these and then we'll move on. Yoo-hoo-hoo, raw meat never looks so good. Tell you what, these smell really good. Probably mostly because of all that brown sugar. So I'm gonna let these set. I'm gonna put them aside and work on the sweet potatoes. You can peel your sweet potatoes, but I just don't care that much. I do cut the ends off, and I am just going to cut them into strips. Yeah, you see, this is why you buy the bag. It's just easier. But you know, I go above and beyond for you. You know, I like a good home fry. So I'm glad I did this. I think to make a good fry, you're also supposed to soak it, but I'm gonna pass on that step too and just go straight to seasoning. So I'm gonna throw the sweet potatoes into a bowl. I typically would just probably do this on the sheet pan. Nah, but here we are, I washed the bowl for you. And I'm just gonna throw the same seasonings in here. So the hamburger seasoning, just to tie everything together. But you could keep it simple, salt, pepper, paprika, onion powder, that kind of thing. And I'm just going to throw a little bit of olive oil over top, not too much, not too little. It's what I call Goldilocks style, and I'm just going to give these a nice toss to make sure everything's evenly coated in here. Why didn't I do this on the sheet pan? I'm trying to be fancy for you. Actually, you know what happens on the sheet pan? Sometimes I put too much oil and then there's like a small fire in my oven. So I'm trying to avoid that. Whereas this time I feel like there's not enough oil, but surely it'll be fine. I'm gonna throw the sweet potatoes on here. My goodness, I might need another sheet tray just for the sweet potatoes. This is a massive, I have to cut this. This is ridiculous. Well, now that I'm here, I'm probably going to line them up, give a mouse a cookie. If I'm supposed to flip these halfway through, which I'm pretty sure I am, I'm not gonna do it. All right, great, perfect. I could have probably cut these down the center, but I'm not going to. 425 degrees for about 25 minutes, and maybe flip them halfway through. And I'm just gonna get the toppings ready for the burgers. I'm going to cut some onion. I have red onion in my fridge. And then some tomato over here. You guys, this knife, I've talked about it before. It is so stinking magical. It's a Cutco knife. It's the bread knife though. And oh my gosh, when I tell you it slices a tomato paper thin, I'm not lying. That's crazy sauce. Not a huge fan of tomato, but when they're thin, ooh, tissue paper thin even. We'll do some thicker ones. I'm not the only one eating. Oh my heavens, it's crazy. Anyway, side dishes are really what makes hamburgers, right? People are like, oh, I'll grill as long as you put everything together. Like grilling is the easiest part. And I'm gonna grill the hamburgers on the George Foreman. Also gonna throw out some cheese slices if anyone wants them. And then quite possibly the best part, I'm going to cook, well, it's already pre-cooked, but I love these bacon slices from Costco. Like, check it out, Beastie Boys style. It's pre-cooked, but you just throw it in the microwave for a little bit and it gets nice and crispy. Oh, it's magic, I love it. I bought this head of lettuce. Oh my gosh, doesn't this look like a flower? You know what my favorite flower is? Cauliflower. What's yours? This is so delicate, I almost don't even wanna like take the leaves off to ruin it. A nice little bouquet. I just thought this was so fancy. I never buy fancy lettuce. I bet butter lettuce never gets recalled. Oh, I'm sorry, professional over here. I cooked this one on the GFG. Looking mighty fine if you ask me. And Alex took the rest and is gonna cook them on the flat top. Okay, so now I'm going to just assemble everything on top. Don't forget that bacon. Just kidding, how are we gonna make this look pretty? Ooh, it's hot. Let's do the lettuce on the bottom. I felt like I was setting up for a photo shoot. You know how they have food photo shoots, but half the time it's not even real food. It's fantastic. This is real food and I forgot the cheese, so I threw it on. I mean, is this the most satisfying burger you've ever seen in your entire freaking life? How am I gonna eat that? This is commercial quality, thank you. It's like the Leaning Tower of burgers. There we go. Holy crap. I need to bring this. I need to take a picture of this for the gram. Are you kidding me? That is magazine worthy. I love it. Somebody call the Food Network, won't ya? The fries aren't even done yet. So I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of burgers. This one had a lot of flavor in it, but just in general, I like putting a whole lot of veggies on my burger. I feel like that's where a lot of the flavor comes from. But in this instance, the patty alone would have been great with just a bun, you know what I mean? And then the sweet potato fries, I threw these in the oven. The store-bought, I feel like, it's just fine. Okay, use store-bought. These took a lot longer to cook. It's taco night. And I am doing a little bit something untraditional other than tacos, chimichangas, which is what Alex always requests every single night. I ask him what he wants for dinner, chimichangas without fail. I don't even really ask him anymore, okay? A taco braid, have you heard of this? So, Elise Ellis has come up with, I mean, this used to be a thing, I feel like. It's a dough she uses in a lot of her recipes, and it's like a healthier version of a dough. It's also super simple to throw together. So it's 1 cup, oh gosh, of a mess. 1 cup of self-rising flour and 1 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt. This is just normal, non-flavored, plain Greek yogurt. The ratios here seem kind of crazy. I guess you're supposed to put it in your KitchenAid or a mixer. Maybe I can get a mixer, but I don't have a dough hook. I'm just using my dough whisk until it forms a ball. And she uses this base, this dough, for a ton of recipes. So whenever you need any kind of crust, pizza crust, I don't know, I can't think of anything else right now, but you get what I'm saying. This is the go-to. And I'm gonna put a little bit of flour down and I'm just going to roll it out like straight onto the pan so I don't have to risk transferring it. Seems a little wet to me. I feel like the ratios are off. Did I read this right? You know what, 20 years later, I don't even know what to think anymore. So I'm just gonna roll this out into a rectangle. I'm somewhat regretting my decision here. That's about all I have in me. All right, I'm done. I'm getting old. I moved on and oh goodness, did I get my thumbnail there? I wasn't paying attention. Moved on to dicing up 1 onion. And I'm just going to throw the onion into a skillet with some ground beef. And I'm gonna cook these up together. Once it's all nice and cooked, I'm going to season it up like I normally would, normal taco meat. Some cumin, garlic, you know, the usual. And then I'm going to add a little bit, splash of water, just to let everything kind of meld together, all the flavors come together, Beatles style. I'm gonna add 1 can of black beans and then just the juice of a lime, just because I'm feeling like it. Mix everything in. It's looking good. Once it's all evaporated, all that water, then we'll assemble the braid. There's definitely a learning curve to this, and I haven't mastered it yet. So I'm gonna throw some of this mixture right in the middle here. Maybe I should have made 2 doughs. I have a lot of meat here. Whatever's left over, we'll just make normal tacos with. Okay. And then I'm gonna take a hefty amount of cheese and just put that straight over top. Here's the part I've been dreading. Oh, where's my pizza cutter? Okay, pizza cutter. 1-inch diagonal slices. Okay, and this is how we're gonna create the braid. I've never done this before. Is this thing breaking? Fingers crossed, wish me luck. Okay, how do we, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. Hey, ho. Is this how you do it? I don't even know. Ooh, my gosh, it looks so fancy. Somebody call the Food Network, okay. Okay, well, you know what? It looked really intimidating, but I'm totally doing it. What do I do with this? Just like so? Oh my heavens. Did it! I did it. I did it. Oh, yeah, I did it. She's beauty and she's grace. She's Miss United. Okay, we're gonna get some egg wash for the top. And since I am a barbarian and I lost my basting brush, I'm just going to put it on with my hands. I think it'll be fine. This is gonna give the crust a nice glossy finish. It's gonna let it get nice and golden brown. Okay, into the oven, 400 degrees for about 20 minutes.
It's taco night and I'm feeling right. Okay, I'll stop right there. You guys, this was so impressive. And we had, you know, several extra kids over the house. They enjoyed the snaz out of it. I should have made double. I wasn't expecting extra people, but you know, I should have expected it because it always happens. The dough was fantastic. I had like a sliver of this because there were so many kids, and then we ended up making tacos with the rest of the meat. But I absolutely would recommend making this one and also doubling the recipe.
I'm really excited for tonight for dinner. What I'm making is pretty traditional, okay? I'm afraid to even tell you because you might not be interested, but stick around, I promise it's very interesting. Meatballs, spaghetti and meatballs. Normally I make spaghetti, it's like an easy weeknight meal that I just throw together. I'll show you what's for dessert and that'll keep you here for a sec. Are you ready for the grand reveal? This is from a place in South Tampa called Dough. Oh my gosh, just holding it, I should get my kitchen scale. I promise you it's like 3 pounds worth of brownies. Oh my gosh, I wish I could recreate this. Maybe I'll try one day. It is like the most decadent, most delicious, most rich brownie you'll ever eat. It deserves a close-up. Are you joking me? They are so expensive, but so worth it. Probably also 5,000 calories each, but again, worth it. So that is something to look forward to. But for now, you know, spaghetti is normally just something you whip together, but I'm gonna take a little bit more time and care and throw together some ricotta meatballs. I've never made them before, but I think they're all the rage. I think they are gonna be, take a little bit more time, throw them together. I need to preheat my oven, and I'm actually going to double the recipe because we always have extra people here. So I'm gonna do about 3 pounds of ground beef into a bowl. That is a lot of meat. Oh my gosh, breadcrumbs, the smell of this stuff brings me back to my childhood, but for a different reason other than meatballs. And actually, speaking of my childhood and meatballs, I'm adding 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs. I actually have my aunt's recipe for her famous meatballs, but I just thought, oh, you know what? Ricotta cheese, that's gotta be a great addition, so we're gonna roll with this. 2/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. That's the good stuff. What?
So normally you got some sweet.
I know, normally I always have something. Or do I? The most delicious brownie. Look at that. It's like 5 inches thick.
Which one?
Isn't that crazy?
Get away from my wife's goodies.
You'll go straight to heaven if you taste one of those. I need 1 cup of ricotta cheese. I might just use this entire container. I don't know, 1 cup is, I could have gotten a smaller container. What am I gonna do with the rest? I'm just gonna use it all. And then I'm gonna throw in some salt and pepper. Oh right, egg yolks.
And you need 4 egg yolks. That's gonna make it nice and rich. Oh my gosh, I almost broke that one. This is the way to save it. Gross or awesome, you decide. Look how, that's so special. I'm gonna put it right. It's all about presentation. We need 4 of those, and then keep the egg whites for tomorrow morning for breakfast. 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, and then of course, the secret ingredient, Italian seasoning. You can do oregano, but I'm just gonna do that. Okay, hold on, things are getting weird. I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of olive oil. This is weird, and I've never added this to anything, so I'm intrigued. Oh my gosh, this is so much. And then on top of it, you're supposed to add water, and that is just so far beyond my realm of knowledge, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna mix all of this together. You know what I'm gonna do? Reference my Aunt Judy's recipe. I'm just gonna see if she adds water. If she does it, then I'll do it. If not, it's a no-go. Okay, you're getting a glimpse into our secret family recipes here. Oh, okay, she does the whole egg. Splash of milk is what she has. I'm just gonna see how this works out, and also her recipe calls for a handful of grated cheese. Love that. Those are the recipes we live for, right? So I'm gonna get all nasty and just make sure everything is incorporated. All right, I feel like this has a really nice feel to it. I also feel like I've touched a lot of meat this week. I'm gonna take a scoop and just form these into balls. Cook them in the oven, and then we're gonna simmer them in sauce. My gosh, these are like 1/4 pounder meatballs. And I gotta tell you, just from the smell of these alone, I'm pretty sure I outdid myself here. These smell fantastic. They feel great. They look amazing. And this is like a spicy meatball, you know what I mean? Like, this is a hefty hunk of meat. Amazing. While these are in the oven, setting up and getting nice and crispy, I'm going to start on the sauce, but it's a secret family recipe, so I'm probably not gonna share it with you. But for real, I always doctor up store-bought sauces. It's the easiest way to go. If you have canned tomatoes, you can work with that too.
Can I help you with that?
Dump all of that in.
Okay. Dump all of it?
Yep, dump it all in. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, that's a lot of cheese.
Yeah. I'm just putting the salad together, and oh my gosh, it smells so amazing. So I figured I would share it with you. Just fresh vegetables. Even just chopping up the crispy green lettuce, I'm like, oh my gosh, salivation station. It seems so simple, like be healthy, eat a salad, but sometimes you just don't feel like it. But whenever I cut up vegetables, I never regret it. When's the last time you had a cucumber? Come on. And I'm gonna throw some pepper in too. I'm going rogue today. A bowl full of veggies never tasted so good. Normally I just do red onion, romaine, cucumber, feta cheese, and then Olive Garden Italian dressing, and it is supreme. It's so good, you guys. Just so simple and so delicious. Great addition to spaghetti night. Of the thirst trap of the meatball. I just wanna see if it's done on the inside. Ooh! That is a hefty meat. It's like a meatloaf ball. Am I right? Okay, so I guess they're finished. I left them in the oven 400 degrees for like, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes or something. I'm gonna give it a taste test. Oh my God, it's hot. Okay, they're nice and delicious. I'm gonna plop them in the sauce. So I'm gonna gently plop them in the sauce. Oh, delicious. Rolled in that night. Oh yeah. Getting grease all over my floor. May have too many meatball. Yeah. All right, you're supposed to, you know, let them simmer in the sauce and get all those flavors, but it's like dinner time for us, so I'm gonna simmer them for as long as it takes the girls to like set the table and everything. Oh yeah, yep. Got some meatballs right here. Oh, and they're looking real good. I'm just going to dress them with a little bit of basil. That didn't get cut very well. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm getting a little licorice scent off of this basil. All right, there she blows. Time to eat. Bon appetit.
If you're looking to elevate just your ordinary spaghetti night, this is the way to go about doing it. These were great. The meatballs were great, and they were like 2 meatballs per serving. I had so many meatballs left over. I actually threw the rest in a Ziploc bag and threw it in my freezer for the next time, so I don't have to go through this whole rigmarole of making them again. And next time we have spaghetti night, it'll be that much fancier with the meatball. And I was trying to figure out, you know, a way to make it look pretty. Is it possible? I don't know. I used to work for an Italian restaurant way back in the day. And my favorite thing about the restaurant was, surprise, not the meatballs, but the rolls. Isn't that the best? It's like, you know, a place is either good or bad if their dinner rolls are good or bad. You know what I mean? And theirs were top freaking notch. Shout out Pasta Uno. I doubt they're still in business.
Okay, dinner time. It's actually not dinner time, but I'm gonna throw a marinade together today. I have some chicken in here, and I just gathered the ingredients that I'm going to need right here for tonight's dinner. And I love throwing marinades together because I feel like that's most of the work, right? And then I've got green beans I can toss in the oven when my chicken is cooking, and a carb. I don't know, we've got leftover rice. That's perfect. It's one less thing I have to think about at the end of the day when I'm like, oh my gosh, it's dinner time. So I have a few pounds of chicken here, and I'm using chicken thighs. You guys know I'm gonna grill these. You can do it on the GFG. You could probably throw it in the oven. You could probably do it on a skillet, however you wanna cook it up. The world is your oyster. So I'm just gonna start throwing stuff in a bowl. Oh, by the way, this is coconut grilled chicken, something like that, but I would call it more like coconut teriyaki grilled chicken because there's soy sauce. I'm using cocoa amino, so like coconut, but for me, the flavor of this stuff tastes nothing like coconut. I'm gonna do about half a cup of this. Here's someone's water cup. I'm doing half a cup of water. About 1/3 cup of honey. And I went back and forth. Do I wanna make garlic honey chicken or this coconut chicken marinade? And you know what? This has all the ingredients plus some that honey garlic chicken has. So I just figured this might be better. About a half cup or so, a big old handful of brown sugar. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of garlic for that flavor. And now I'm wishing I wouldn't have thrown that water in because I'm just gonna use the whole can of coconut milk. And check the deliciousness on top. This is all the cream. This is the cream on top of it. And then what's under it is the liquid, like the milky. But you can use that cream to make whipped cream, like dairy-free whipped cream. That's fantastic. You can use it for a lot of stuff. And then I'm just going to mince up some onion. What's ironic is that I had minced onion in my pantry for what seemed like years, and I never used it. And this past few weeks, I feel like I've needed it like 3 times. So I'm just gonna throw the onion into the marinade, and then that's it. I'm gonna give everything a mix and then let it sit for at least 4 hours overnight, however long you have. Raw chicken never looks so good. I'm gonna pop a top on this. You can also throw it in a Ziploc bag, whatever you want. It's your prerogative. So, finishing up dinner, I'm just gonna throw the green beans in the oven at 400 degrees. And I just keep it super simple, just a little bit of oil and salt and pepper. Our marinade, I've sloshed it around every time I open the fridge today, just a few times. And I'm just gonna dig in. Ooh, that smells delightful. I'm gonna throw it on the grill. And I always like to take my chicken out a little ahead of time and let it come to room temperature because room temperature chicken cooks more evenly. I'm using the GFG today. I thought that would be more convenient. Not quite as delicious looking as the grill, but I'll take it. The steam marks, it knocks out the fat, right? But that is kind of what makes chicken thighs so delicious. Wait, on this side, no grill marks. Oh man, we really messed that one up. I put it skin side down. Man, we'll do better next time. Okay, when we know better, we do better. Wait, is there only one left? Gosh, there's only one left. That's the only one that's gonna look good. Oh yes, there it is. That's the stuff. These smell so super delicious. I can't wait to dive into them. Oh my heavens. If they taste anything like they smell, it is going to be 10 out of 10.
These had such a different flavor to them. We really enjoyed them over here. They were super moist, probably from all that coconut milk. We really enjoyed them, but that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and hanging out. No dessert this week. I know, let's cry together. You know I made it, but you know I didn't film it. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.